All right, ladies and gentlemen, aspiring traders from around the globe, I want to welcome you to what I hope becomes a very magical, powerful, and great session. It should be because in front of me is the queen, the NASDAQ queen, Mrs. Bellrock, aka Mrs. Rumor. You are at the Rumor session, the husband and wife team. Don't let that fool you. It's not really a team at all. It's all Sylvia and a tiny bit of me, if that's what you want to call a team. We're all in it together, right? I want to say a special shout out to all the YouTube viewers joining us. If this is your first time, let me give you the official welcome to the XM family. Make sure you make us a part of your day all day that the market is open. We're doing these live sessions in both an advanced room and beginner room. There's dozens of different instructors here, dozens of different strategies. So you can always find the mentor you need and everything that you need in your trading life. You can achieve it right here at XM. And on that note, hey there, Queen.
Hello.
What do you got for me today?
Hi,
What do you got for
everyone.
me
Nice to
today,
see you. Nice to
Miss
see everyone.
Vegas,
Nice
Miss
introduction.
NASDAQ 2024, Miss Congeniality, Miss everything?
That was nice
Uh,
introduction. The second part was nice introduction. The first part, uh,
was-
yeah, it was good. How is it going? I don't know. Here we have the Nasdaq still going up. Still continuing grinding higher. What do you think?
um, I tell you, it's pretty wild. We were discussing that last night. Pretty wild move. Right here at 4 o'clock in the morning, our time, which is super early. It just jammed up, I don't know, 20, 80, 90, 100 points. It's just off the rails. I think people are anticipating some knockout earnings from Nvidia coming up next week. Tech is hot.
Yeah,
Fed minutes yesterday confirmed that we're probably going to get this rate cut. But what a what a wild month and a half it's been in the market with the correction in July. This
that is
extremely
true.
aggressive correction. And just like that, the blink of an eye, you're right back up to close to the highs. Nasdaq's a few points off. S&P is just one good day away from that. Yeah, but the intraday action is still pretty volatile. We're still getting a lot of big pullbacks, big aggressive pullbacks.
Uh,
Unique market for sure, but
I don't know.
overall, it's bullish. It is bullish. You got to think it'd be tough for that thing to be sold off excessively at this point. Um,
I don't
what a
know if it's
wild month.
aggressive
I
selling
mean,
because you mentioned yesterday, and I've been looking here on the 1 hour chart. It's not so wild. Look at
oh,
it.
oh, if you say so.
I don't know. Do you
I
think
don't
it's?
know. I mean,
I mean, look at
well,
it.
I don't know.
It's not even pulling back to the middle of the wave to the upside. Because I don't really look at these, but since you mentioned yesterday, I thought, let me just take a look. And I see here. Look, if you look at this first wave up, almost no pullback. Second wave, let me draw this here for our viewers. Second wave up, just a little pullback, a tiny pullback, tiny pullbacks that don't have like this and that, like you don't
Uh,
have these
are
deep.
we able to count?
Yeah.
Because it was 100 plus straight pullback in the Nasdaq yesterday. 100 points. You're like,
Well, I don't know. It's 100
a
a lot.
hundred.
Well, 100 is for the Nasdaq, not
Well,
so.
what if you bought a contract and it dumps on you 100? That's $2,000. You're upside down in a matter of that was a minute, by the way. That was like 2 3 minutes.
Well, first of all, you need to know where you're buying. I can't buy blindly.
I know that, but how do you not call that volatile? Like how what are we getting like 100 point swings every 5 to 10 minutes?
I I
I
don't
look
find
at
it.
I know
Look,
you're
okay,
asleep
look.
still.
Here's
I know
I'm
you
gonna
find I know you're
explain
sleepy.
my definition of volatility. Look, it goes up. If it comes back at least to the middle of this wave, which is here, it didn't really touch it, or even to the previous low, that's gonna be aggressive. But it's never like here it's trying to reject, it's never going below the midpoint of the wave up. Don't you see that? Don't you see it?
I don't know who taught you how to trade.
Actually, you.
Who taught you volatility? You got to throw that book away. So let me say hi to Motivacity. I kind of like that name, that word, Motivacity. That's for our YouTube
Actually, you
viewer.
told me
Thank
how
you
to
very much.
trade. So,
I never told you that, but
well,
I don't know where
I
you
got
picked
to
that
learn
up.
new things because the
You
stuff that I
must have.
learned from you
You,
didn't work, you know. That
ah,
was a joke, guys. That was a
ah,
good joke.
ah, ah, that hurts. That
That
hurts.
was a good joke.
You didn't learn that from me. You learned that from some guru webinar you attended at a Vegas hotel. It had to be.
Could be. You know,
Yeah.
I attended, speaking of gurus webinar, I attended a real webinar of a guru in Austria many years ago.
And they would have told you that's volatile.
Could
A
be. I
100-point
don't
drop
remember. It's been
in
long.
5 minutes. Okay. To each their own. Nonetheless, I'd be interested in buying some dips. Would like to see a 100-point dip today, but I don't know if you're going to get that. It's kind of been going up pretty steady with the market opening up in an hour. I mean, like an hour and a half officially. You'd like to see it come off the top here a little bit. Otherwise, individual names are
Now
going to
the
come into play
question,
because this is going to be doing.
the question for you:
Oh boy.
Are you holding what you have? This is the biggest question.
I think you're just going to try to do that because you said what I teach doesn't work. So because of that, you're just trying to see if you should sell your position or not.
That's not true.
That is, you're laughing because you know it's
No.
true. That's usually how you're also a terrible liar.
No,
And
that's not true.
I think so. I think for the Nasdaq, we'll probably see this differently. My sell would be way, you know, way farther than yours or closer than yours. I'd say as long as it holds up 19,750, 19,700, as long as it can stay above the base for the last 4 days, I think I would be inclined to keep it.
I wanted to show you something. I don't know if you've noticed this. So I'm gonna go back here 2020. You can go even further back. Here's what happens many times.
Please tell us.
If it
Please
drops
tell
like
us.
this, you see this pattern? You see this drop? It drops
Yes.
like this, bounces. Normally the bounces are not as clean as this last one. Stops at resistance and starts to reject, and everyone thinks this is a short. And then it actually continues higher, stops at the next resistance, drops 1 to 3 candles, and then shoots straight up. And it does it a lot of times. If you look back here, yes, here it dropped a little more, but in general goes straight up. Like these deep corrections, it stops at resistance, but then continues even higher. And of course, you have a few exceptions, but same thing here. Look, drop, came into the resistance, continued higher. Here dropped, came into resistance, went higher. So now I agree that this last volatility, 2022, was different, and this last volatility is a little different. But don't you think that this can happen again? Maybe
Oh, I know it's going to happen again. I can see a pullback, like just for reference, like the 50-day moving average is 19,600. That seems legitimate. I do feel like it probably would pull back before going again. Nasdaq, I mean, like when you look at the S&P versus the Nasdaq, the S&P already made it back to the highs from 720 from July 20th, right where the first. So that thing is like already at pretty much all-time high.
Yeah, and it didn't
again.
have a big pullback either. I mean, look at it. It just had what it was.
Right. Been far stronger. So
10%.
I think the NASDAQ will catch up with this, especially if NVIDIA has good earnings. This thing is just going to roll. But 719, let's just go 719's high. You know, you're talking about around 20,005, right? So that's
Yeah,
It's not
20,000 is
600-700
a
points.
big key level here.
I just don't know if we're getting, like, it is extended a little bit on the short term. It has like 9 straight green days, right? That's a lot.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
with these 100-point drops, like a simple pullback, a structured pullback, actually could take you all the way down to like 19.2. Like you could give up
Yeah.
800
I
points
agree.
and you're still in a flag. That's kind of like the complication of the trade right here is that the drawdown still keeping a bullish chart intact is pretty big. But you look at it intraday, any time frame you want. A little bit of volatility last night, not volatility, but a little sell off last night. But since then, it's just been going up. And about an hour ago, it just somebody woke up and hit the buy button.
Maybe there's
Straight
some
up.
news. Do you know if there's some news? Can you check that, please?
I didn't see any. Usually that's going to be about 30 minutes from now to 2 hours from now is usually when they have
No, 15 minutes from now.
news. But yeah, I usually get it at 5:30
Yeah.
our time. Here's the bottom of the screen. 5:30 or 8:30 is usually when the newses come by.
That's true.
But the newses, that's my word. The newses have come by. I'll take a look just to see.
5:30 always on Thursday. There's something, I don't know what it is exactly, but maybe that could bring some
payrolls.
Yeah,
or something.
that could be.
I don't know. I'll tell everybody. I'll look here in just a second. But if we can get a pullback here to 940s, 50s, I'll buy this for a day trade. I'll try. I still have a swing position. I don't see any reason to close the swing until there's a really bad close, right?
But do you think so? You're not gonna close it, you're saying?
Not right now, no.
So I've got a rule here. I wanted to share my rule that you probably don't care about, but here is the rule.
I have no idea what rule you're talking about.
This one I didn't learn from you actually.
That's good. It means it works.
I came up on my own because of my mistakes. So because of closing too early and all that. So I'm using here a trailing stop on the daily chart because of the swing trade. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move here the stop loss each day underneath each candle except on inside bars. And as we can see here, if you look, this is here the candle. Everything in between here right now is inside bar. So there's nothing to do. I think this could be the stop here. If it comes down all the way down here, cut it and then potentially re-enter later. That's my trailing stop strategy for swing trades. If not sure what to do, that it is.
Yeah. Well. There you go, guys. They answered all your trading questions. There it is. The rules. Actually, I feel kind of stupid because it's initial jobless claims at the bottom of the hour here.
Yeah, that's what I
15
thought.
more
They
minutes. So
somehow always have the jobless claims at Thursday.
for the social media viewers, we do these sessions here live to get you a taste of what's at XM. We usually get cut off here in about a couple of minutes. We'll get the cue to sign off, but come back and visit us. This report's going to be a big deal. It's got a high impact claim here on the market, so that'll definitely be one to watch. But good jobs for just coming in line will just continue to reassure everyone that we're going to get this rate cut. So make sure you stick with that.
Yeah.
Keep on going. What else you got?
And by the way, we have here a viewer on YouTube, Motivacity. Thank you for joining us. I hope you had some fun here or learned something either way. I hope it was worth your time. If you want to join us, like we mentioned, you can follow on XM Live, like that mentioned. And you just need, I think you need to log in with your account for that, or you need an account. So yeah, feel free to join us there. We have these type of sessions every day, different instructors, not me and Doug, otherwise we would not be able to stand each other. but we have them every day. Every instructor has different slots, different topics, different strategies. So